Hi everybody, Clinton Park here. It is approximately 11:20 in the morning. I don't have to be at work until about around 2 o'clock. It is January 29th, 2020. And I want to do a little quick how-to video involving axles on a redcat Everest 10. Which I have here, right here. My rear steer. I had put rear steer on this, and I actually did a video, replacing axle shafts on this. I actually did two videos the same night, the tear down and then the reconstruction. So I figured I'd do a quick how-to one to take one and actually build the axle. Put the shafts in all the way down to the pinion gear, to the ring gear, and the axle shafts. And in reinstalling your linkages for your rear wheels. Alright, so if you like this video, before we start, hit like, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below if this was pretty helpful to on getting axles. Now there's probably other videos out there, but I'm gonna give it a try. So without further ado, here we go. Move this down here. So alright, you take your axle, it's already got the screws out of it. You pull off your yokes off the ends, and it splits apart. So, and getting new axle shafts right here, you take them, put them in, and then let's see. Yep. First off, you find your bearings, which is these bearings right here. You put them on. As the other videos, you'll see. Call me a liar. There we go. You slip them on. Boom. So now comes the fun part. These Jesus clips. And some of you who are on the farm or whatnot would know the terminology of why some people call them "Oh Jesus clips." Because if you get them on and they fly off, it's like you always say, "Oh, Jesus." And then it's like only you or only Jesus knows where these at. Just saying, this is the terminology that was told to me when I was a kid by an old timer. Alright, so we got to take off the clip off this other axle, which it has been broke for a while. This is actually one of my first axles that actually broke since I've had rear steer on this. And having rear steer could be the cause of it, but boy, it's nice watching that thing whip around instead of having to take a 30-point turn just to get it turned around. You know, some of you crawlers, some of you guys with these rock crawlers know what I mean. You have to get it turned back around, you gotta take 30 turns, make 30 points. All right, well, with the clip off your broken axle, you want to, depending on how bad it is, there you go, slip them off. So you take your other axle, your new axle, that's not the one, there it is. Now, like I said, there is a left and a right to these. Put that on there. Then you take this clip and install it. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a groove right there that this clip will sit in. So you put that in there. And it's always best to take a pair of pliers. Just lightly. Let's see if you can see it here. Well, it's not going to be get it squeezed into place. Of course not. God forbid it actually works for me. You want to make sure it's all the way in the groove. So, yep, there it is. I don't have very good lighting. There's your clip. There's the new bearing. Voila. Onto the ring gear. You got your ring gear here for, I don't know if it's your basic ring gear, but it's already pre-assembled. So what you want to do is there's bearings that go on each side of these, just like so. On this side, and then you got one on that side. And then you take, what I like to do is go ahead and put the ring gear in, the axle. You'll make sure it don't bind up. And then take one of these axle shafts and test fit it. And then if that's the right size, okay. And the same goes for the other side. Test fit it. Well, not really, because pretty much basically know that one side's right and the other side is right. So, of course, test fitting is the reason why. So now you just know to swap it around, because apparently I just put the left side on the right and the right side on the left. So, but anyways, I got it right now, and it just sits down into here. And then I don't know how well you can see it, but here, let's do this. Right here, there's a groove pocket right here that holds the bearing, that holds this bearing in place so it don't move around. You want to make sure that falls into place. Your axles might have to be pulled out just a hair bit, or all the way out. So it sits into place just like that. And just like that, and you're almost done. So, having done that, what we do is we take the front part of the axle. As you can see, the bearing's already in here, and we're gonna put the pinion gear in. So what you do is you find it, you drop it in the hole, and you line it up, and then sometimes you need a pair of pliers for this, which mine ain't working. So what you do is, there you go, it's in the hole. All right, pinion's in. Now you take your back half with your ring gear and axle shafts in, and your front half. You mash them together, turn the pinion. Everything's working. Now we take the screws that have been removed and replace them. Put them back in. Now I have this. This ain't fast, but for this, it'll work. As you can see, don't want to tighten them. So now, I'll run the second one in. Alright, now I can't put the top two in because I don't have the cradle that holds the center link. But we can go ahead and put the rest of the stuff on. Take your yokes that you took off previous, and as you can see, they are slotted, and they just slide over these pieces here. And then take your screws that are approximately not even a 1/4 inch, and you're wanting to thread them in there. So what I like to do is take them and thread them in and get one side tight. All right. So now, having this tight, you take the pinion and turn it. And if you can turn it, and it spins freely, as you can see, well, then you got the right size bolts. Too long of a bolt can bind this axle up. Same for the other side. Now here we go. It's in. All right. Uh-oh. Make sure you get them in straight. This one kind of started out crooked. All right, check it again. You're almost done. So, I have these linkages. These are the links that come down and go into this place here. So, these are spares because my rock crawler has a brushed, no, it's got a Hobby Wing Easy Run, I think 3660 can brushless motor combo in it, and it's a fun time. It gets wild, let me tell you. Anyways, so back to this. All right, we have pretty much the axle assembled. Now it's time to put this back on, which if I just swap axles on mine, I won't have to have them on. I'll just unbolt these off of mine because it's got the steering linkage in it and everything, which I showed you at the beginning of this video. But I'm actually showing you how to do this if you don't have rear steer on yours already. So you want to take it and line this up, these slots up right here with this. So you get them lined up. All right. Now take your bolt. I always take them and find out the length and make sure, okay, that's gonna be perfect. That's not gonna be too long. That's gonna be just right. And then go ahead and just get it started. Well, maybe. Now I'm wanting to do something here. It's not wanting to start. So, there it goes. Alright. So, yes, there is bolts that will be too long. And they go something completely different. I actually have 2 bolts. But as you can see here, we are reassembling the rear axle. And it is on there. And tighten that up. Alright. Okay, so let's do this. Let me go ahead and put the whole axle back together. And then go from there. Like I said, now there might be somebody out there that'd be like, oh, well, you missed a step or this and that. Well, that's fine. If I miss a step, let me know. And I'll, do my best to, try to, walk through it. But putting an axle together here is not that hard. I mean, if you haven't done it before, then it might be a little difficult. But this redcat's about the only axle I've actually taken apart and rebuilt. Because my SCX-10 I have, the axles have been rebuilt. Okay, so now you can see what I mean by rear steer. This could be a front axle. This could be a rear axle. But this is off of a rear of the redcat. So, because the rear was locked into place, mine actually steers left and right. So, but you get these on there, you lock it into place just by that. And I will be happy to show you. Put your bolt in. And there you go. It's locked into place. And of course, you got the other side. And then get the other side in. Anyways, my batteries are running low on this thing. And it's just not a... Anyways, well, there it is. You have a complete, ready to run redcat rear axle and or front axle. But right now, this is ready to run. This is for the rear. And there it is. Yes, I have spare parts left over. And no, I don't. No, I know what people are thinking. Uh-oh, spare parts. They're not left over spare parts. Well, actually, nope, I didn't forget anything. I did forget one thing. I forgot to tighten up a bolt. That's why it's always best to go through your stuff twice. After you do one thing, go through it twice. But the thing is, I would have, gone through this after, installing rear steer and all that. But now, other than the bolts that go up into here, I'll get something better to point with. Up into here. That's, like I said, that's for the third link that goes in here. The center link. This thing is this is pretty good. This is ready to go. So now, if my redcat here, which it has rear steer, and I put it on there, and it's got a Savox waterproof servo, and I don't know, I can't remember what the dog bone is, but bring this back up here. Hi. Rear servo Savox. This dog bone is can't remember, and this here is a Traxxas link. But other than that, as you noticed, the rear axle is pretty much identical. So if I didn't want rear steer, all I'd have to do is unplug this out of here, and then just take pretty much the drive shaft out, take this out, the bolt out, or take this off here. And these two pieces here, actually all I had to do is really unbuckle the yokes here, which I'd have to unbuckle these, and then there you go. But I like rear steer because, well, that's max turn right there. When you get this turn, it turns really sharp. Anyways, so I hope this video helps you out with doing. Hold on a second. My stand is, sorry. Hope this video helps you out with repairing the axles on a redcat Everest 10. From pretty much tear down is just a reverse of reconstruction. So you just remember, you take out, technically, if you got it off the vehicle, you take off these two bolts here on both sides, and the same with these bolts here. And then if you're not have rear steer, you take these bolts out here, and then you pretty much pull the whole steering component off, and then you're left with just your axle housing. And then you just take the 4 bolts out that would be here, back here, here, and back there. And splits apart, and there's the axles. I hope this is a helpful video. Like I said, sorry that the camera was a little shaky. This is the first time trying to do something like this. So if I was helpful, great. If not, then let me know. Let me know what I could have done better. Just drop a comment. Let me see what I can do. Like I said, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you all want to, and hope to see everybody's comments. And we might just do another video. I might upload my other video I did when I actually worked on the redcat itself, and it's a 2-part deal done in the same night. So it was tearing down and then putting it and reinstalling it. So if you'd like to see that video, let me know. Thanks. And remember, it's always a good day. The grass is green and the sun is shining.